So guys and girls, welcome back to another video. I'm Hamza with Updato.com, and today we're checking out the Amazon Echo Dot versus the Google Home Mini. We're going to be looking at each of their features, talking about their advantages, disadvantages, and then kind of giving you a summary on which one would potentially be best for you. So with that being said, let's get to it. I've been using the Amazon Echo Dot for a few months now, but I've recently played around with the Google Home Mini, and considering it's for $50, they both have a few tricks and advantages over each other. Let's start off with the design. The Google Home has this sleek and simple design to it, with this sort of fabric material and matte finish. One thing that I will point out is the Google Home Mini has no physical buttons on the side. I mean, there's a switch to disable the microphone, but that's really it. You're left with tapping the left and right edge of the speaker itself to control the volume up and down, and they also disabled the ability to pause and play music for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, so now you're just left with volume up and down. However, on the Amazon Echo Dot, you've got a few more buttons and features to play around with. As for the Echo Dot, it has volume controls, mute microphone, and also a stop button all on the top of the device. So you could perhaps argue that the Echo Dot is easier to control. Now, as for the Echo Dot's design, it's sleek, it's simple, and it's also got a 3.5mm headphone jack right on the bottom, as well as also a micro USB port. One thing to also note is the Google Home Mini also has a micro USB port, even though everyone was expecting a USB-C one, just because it came out a bit later than the Echo Dot, and I was expecting it, but obviously, evidently, it's more expensive to manufacture, so that's the main reason I think Google just didn't decide to go for USB-C, but yeah, that's just something I pointed out. Like I mentioned before, you can plug in an external speaker to the Echo Dot, but with the Google Home, there's nothing. So comparing both of these speakers side to side, I'm going to give you a quick sound test. The Google Home Mini does take the edge in terms of sound, but it's only slight. It's only because it's slightly louder and the vocals are a bit, you can hear them a bit better, but none of these are really good in my opinion. It's just so tinny, the audio on both of these, but in terms of the edge, then it would have to be the Google Home Mini. Amazon's Echo Dot has been around for much longer than the Google Home Mini, so that's given Amazon time to build a relatively strong ecosystem. Both devices can connect to and control a whole load of smart home accessories like the Nest, thermostat, Philips Hue lighting, power outlets, smart locks, and much more. Google is obviously constantly trying to work with partners to connect their products to their ecosystem, and they're slowly catching up to Amazon, but at the moment Amazon do have the edge in terms of smart home lighting and controlling just different smart home equipment with their device. Google is constantly trying to partner up with new companies to kind of integrate their products within their ecosystem, but at the moment, if you are an avid user of smart home lighting or just smart home tech in general, then I would say Alexa and Amazon's ecosystem has more compatibility for certain devices than you'd find on the Google Home Mini. Obviously, both products work really well as an assistant, as that's why you'd be purchasing it. So you can ask both of these several different questions, even generic questions like what's the weather today, checking my calendar, checking the time zone in another country. There's a ton of stuff you can do on both of these devices, and they both work really well. Even for the Google Home, I found what it had over the Amazon ecosystem was it had more complex questions you could ask it, so it has more of a variety of questions that you can ask it. But then that's not to say Amazon can't come out and just update their software real easily and then have more questions filled in. So yeah, it's kind of just at the moment Google have more questions in my opinion, but yeah, that wraps it up for today's video. So in conclusion, if you want something that will be able to control smart home equipment such as lighting, thermostats, etc., then Amazon's ecosystem is better, and I would suggest to go for the Amazon Echo Dot. But if you want something a bit more sleeker and it has more questions you can ask and it's also integrated within Google's ecosystem, then go for the Google Home Mini. But there's not really one solid edge. It's up to you. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, which one you think is better. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway guys, I'm Hamza, and that wraps it up. Latest lads, bye.